Hi Buan, my love, my Bruno, my man. It's hot and sweaty here and you're not very cold apparently, but definitely in a different energy than I am. But we can link through our yoga maybe. And this is one of the little sequences I was telling you about, which includes 4 poses, 4. And I'll just get straight into it. So maybe you want to take the instruction, pause, hold it as long as possible, or I could just go through the whole lot and you will catch up with how long I can stay in the pose for eventually. I think that's the best idea. So basically you can press play when I say, and you'll do these poses one after another, and that's that. If you wanted to extend them and hold the pose longer, then that's up to you, but it means stopping and starting the video, which is always a pain. Anyway, right, so we will start with we'll start with this one, which is called baby child's pose. So you make sure your toes are together, your knees really far apart, and you sit back down on your feet. You just stretch your hands forward, your fingers completely wide. Big deep breath in, and remember to pull your shoulders down away from your ears, because that's what's going to completely change every pose, that and your breathing. So the idea is to breathe into the pose, into the actual movement, and allow your body to feel the difference between the in-breath and the out-breath. Subtle changes in the way that your rib cage is expanding and retracting would completely change your muscles within the pose. But naturally we want to keep our shoulders up, so we're putting them down towards away from our ears. Take 10 deep breaths here, making sure your bum is ideally touching your heels. If it's touching your heels, there's a great amount of flexibility. You won't be touching your heels, but just so you know that that's the objective. You're completely relaxed here. Okay, so breathe in, come up to cat-cow. So a complete box, and we're going to arch our back. Stomach in, shoulders away from your ears. And move your hips a bit. Feel the movement, but keep the weight equally on all hands, all 4 hands and knees. Your toes are untucked on this one. And then this is the cow. Again, you can move gently to feel the difference in your back, twisting, moving forward and back, and feel the difference in your wrists as well. Look at the difference between a hunched back and shoulders away from the ears. Do that a few more times. Then this is one of the first of the 4 poses, which hurts. So you've tucked your toes under, you're holding your heels, your shoulders are down and back, your stomach isn't doing that, but it's straight. Me, and strong. Always imagine that there's an imaginary string at the top of your head pulling you towards the ceiling, and therefore your shoulders are being pulled down and your head up, and then the string is touching every vertebrae, so you should be straight backed all the way through your coccyx to the floor. Hold this as long as you can. It's now starting to really hurt my feet. Of course, if the toes are really painful, you can release the weight slightly and lean forward, but maintaining the straight back. So you can feel that one. So when you undo, just tap your feet on the floor. The counter pose is obviously the opposite, so we'll do this horrible one that you're really good at and I'm not. And so your hands are shoulder width apart, toes, we start here, sorry. Shoulder width apart, lean into your hands, weight distributed evenly on each finger. Tuck your toes and lift your bum. Hold as long as you can. Feel the stretch in the front of your feet, the top of your feet, and shoulders back and down, remember? When you come out of it, just hang, holding your elbows. If anything, your knees are slightly facing each other, so twist your knees in. Your feet are parallel. Your legs are straight but not locked back. They're straight. And you just let gravity hold you. Yeah. You can swing a bit. Your feet are in shock now, probably. Woo. Okay, so now we'll do the reverse table. So you can do two here. One is your fingers are pointing forward, shoulders back and down, and your feet are hip width, and you just lift up. You're achieving, hopefully, a completely flat stomach. Your neck is back. And of course, well, not of course, but we've talked about this, it's really good to massage here. Let your head and the weight of your neck massage those muscles that are growing because of your paddling in the surf. Blinking amazing. Always, every breath, remembering to push up because you're going to sag, sag, sag. Hold it longer, do what you want, feel. You can even rock forward and back. This is super good for your wrists. But the objective here is to push your bum up because it wants to come down. When you come down, hold it, bring your legs in and just arch your back. Let your neck touch your chin touch your chest. And roll it there. Cool. Come out. Ouch. My wrists are hammered. I don't know what's wrong with them, but that really hurt. Do a bit of a counter pose. Ow. Counter stretch even. And then you could do one with your hands out, facing outwards, same concept. Completely different and much more relaxed on the shoulders. I just made an adjustment then because I could feel that my feet were too far back. And again with your hands facing backwards. My right hand shoulder muscle is far bigger than my left. And so when you do this, all of your muscle irregularities and kind of unevennesses will come out. Okay. That's a biggie. So now you can do just sit cross-legged, do a little bit of a relaxed one. Open your arms, left arm under right arm, twist. Very important here to make sure that there's a straight line between each hand. There's none of this or this, straight. And as you pull your shoulders down again, equally, it's going to hurt the right hand shoulder more because it's on top. You'll pull your elbows down towards your belly button and your hands out and your shoulders down. This creates a very big stretch and it's really cool. Remember always just to listen to your body though. When I say do this, that and the other, your limitation is very different from mine. So just hold the pose and stop it where it's really, really tight. Don't overstretch, don't over push. You'll hurt yourself, really. And what else was I going to say about that? Oh, anyway, yeah. Completely forgot. When you come out, just do a big circle. Come in, left arm over right this time. Watch, see what I'm doing with my shoulders down and back. And hands forward, elbows down. You can do a little head bowl on either side. Feels good, but gentle because it's a big stretch anyway. And then finally, we're going to do the flying. Oh no, there's one after this. Bum is really tight. Shoulders down and back. This is really good for you and your shoulders. Just hold it, hold it, hold it, hold it, hold it for 2 minutes. 1 minute if you want. Thread the needle is really good for your shoulders, and this is the final pose. So the box, left hand in the centre, right hand up. Thread it by pulling it through. And you're lying your hand, it increases with the palm towards the ceiling and increases the stretch if you move forward. And you're pulling your left shoulder back slightly and your right bum cheek and hip. Make sure it doesn't flop to the right because then it just defeats the object of the stretch. But you should be able to see what's happening in my back and why it's so good for surfing. Come out slowly. That was a crap come out, but anyway. Right hand in the centre. Left hand up. Thread the needle. See, oh, I totally clicked. My spine vertebrae clicked then. Rock back and forth and just feel the difference in your shoulder blade. What's going on there when you move slightly your bum or your weight. Anyway, very good. Little wiggle, wiggle. Cool. I think that's it for the moment. That's it for the moment. Enjoy your yoga, my love, and give me some feedback. I'll do another one.